Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another episode. This is Zen. Really excited to have this time with you guys today. We're going to be covering some XRP updates, going back to showing you guys a new video of Rosie Rios. And let me just show you the caliber of a woman this lady is. So this is BNY Mellon. We know they've been pushing the crypto narrative as well. So this is what they shouted her out. So she said, Rosie Rios inspired us to do more with less by taking through a case study of saving 1 billion. How she focused on the power of three, investing in physical, financial, and above all else, human capital. That's real insight. So she helped BNY Mellon save $1 billion, and people think she's going to risk her reputation by joining Repo in the middle of a lawsuit. She knows something we don't know. The 43rd treasurer. She also loves Gary Gensler. I'll show you guys this video in a moment. I wanted to show you this. The real bull run that us XRP holders are waiting for is the utility run. Rosie is a financial genius. She looked at all the cryptos, and she's going to tell you right here that she's seen Ripple and XRP with the most utility. Let's hear how she describes it herself. Okay, guys, one moment.
Well, thank you for having me on here, JP. I'm thrilled to be here from sunny California. A lot happening in the world at the moment. And yes, I recently joined the in April, thrilled to do that. For me, the concept of cryptocurrency has been out there for a while, and it took, for me, a legitimate path of utility that convinced me to join. So as you know, crypto is in use widely, but for me, the XRP's role in facilitating cross-border payments very quickly, I think, provides an application that is much at the moment. Well, thank you for having me on here, JP. I'm thrilled.
By the way, everyone, that's actually her connection on Zoom. Both videos are super laggy like that. It's not me. Yeah, so she just mentioned the utility, and it's going to be a quantum leap like I've been talking about on this channel a while. XRP is finite. There's only 100 billion coins. People think that's a lot. That's nothing when we're talking about all the world's money. Also, the fact that it's being used constantly. So in my opinion, the value just going to keep going up and never stop, like the Mr. Pool pose. Well, whereas the dollar, it's deflating. Even gold, you could always, every year, they're adding more gold to the supply because they're able to go mine. So this is the first asset class that's actually like, this is it. I guess land. Well, I guess once you buy up all the land, it's gone. But XRP is special. So here's a video where she's saying how much she adores Gary Gensler, because she knows Gary Gensler is about to make her stupid wealthy. That's why she loves Gary Gensler so much, I'm assuming. But yeah, let's listen to this clip where she shouts out Gary Gensler.
Well, I think the good news about kind of structure is, there's obviously a regulatory framework that's in place. We have a new administration. We have a lot of great people at the helm having a lot of great conversations about what happens to inspire innovation, not stymie innovation. And so, I adore Gary Gensler. I think he's going to do a fabulous job in not just in the crowdfunding space, but in the crypto space and all the other areas where I think you need level-headed people who have been in the trenches. He was obviously the chair of the CFTC in the past. He knows crypto. He was at MIT studying this. And so he, in my opinion, obviously in the Obama administration, he was also part of the Jobs Act legislation, among other pieces of legislation. So the regulatory framework that needs to be in place is really just beginning, in my opinion. Those discussions are happening now. And so you see a lot of, of course you saw the news about, for example, El Salvador passing a law to adopt coin as legal tender. That's a huge, huge step. So having the government, the regulators, literally kind of, trying to get ahead of this, which is really hard because government doesn't usually lead; they usually follow, right? So they react. They react to innovations that are happening in the private sector. So I do think that in this administration, you do have a lot of good people at the helm, starting the conversations that needed to be started.
There you have it. She loves Gary Gensler. So here's something else. Here's a theory that I've seen on the boards the other day. So think about this. The SEC recently made a post saying that they're not going to target crypto regulations until 2022. So not till next year. Right now, the Ripple lawyers have the SEC in a checkmate. There's nothing they could do. The only thing they have the option to do is settle. What would that mean? It would mean that XRP would be the only regulatory compliant crypto in the United States right now. There would be a tidal wave of money flowing into this asset so fast overnight. So anything could happen. I see tons of people in the Telegram speculating, oh, if there's going to be a crash, should I cash out now and take advantage? That's risky because we never know. Any day now, Flare could go live, which could increase the value. There could be a settlement. There was a closed door meeting, supposedly the Sunshine Act, XRP to the Sun, today, also on the 24th. What are they discussing behind closed doors? There's too much at play. We got to ride out this storm. The one thing I do know about 2022, XRP is going to be way, way, way higher digits. So what's that saying? Like fat pigs get slaughtered. Be careful. If you get greedy in this market, it will make you pay. I mean, you could win. There's a bunch of people that are professionals and been doing this for years. If you're new, I would just hold through all this because we don't know what's going to happen. Here's a good clip. I recommend watching the full video from David Schwartz. He talks about side chains and how Amazon could do so. Let's watch this clip where he gives his full vision of the XRP ledger.
For people who want more control, but I think the CBDC effort is going to force us to think in that way. And we have a team that's thinking about like, what does that look like? So I think it would definitely be a goal to be competitive in that space.
Awesome. Question here from the community: what is your completed vision for the XRP ledger? And that could be, years away because there's iterations, there's things being worked on, innovation. What's the end goal? And I know that's a very loaded question, so as much as you can disclose.
No, I can tell you, I had this very early, and I think I've held it all the time. I still think that this is probably the right end vision, which is, and I've used this phrase many times over the last 8 years, is pools of liquidity that anybody can contribute to and draw off. Mm-hmm. And what I mean is we're going to be a multi-currency world for a very long time. And there's no end state in which we're not at least multi-asset. Even if, let's say, Bitcoin takes over the world, just being ridiculous, well, maybe not, who knows? Let's say Bitcoin takes over the world. Still, someone's going to want to hold shares in the real estate investment trust in the Seychelles Islands that I keep using in my example. People are not going to want, not everyone's going to want to hold Bitcoin all the time like that. Or they're going to need liquidity. Like, there's no world where we're not going to need cross-asset payments. We're going to need liquidity. And what I've discovered, looking at the payment space, is that liquidity is trapped and assets are trapped. And I think that is a multi-trillion-dollar problem. And that's the problem that I think I've been trying to work to solve for the past 10 years. So that vision is, if I want to trade asset A for asset B, it could be a payment, it could be an investment, it could be taking a loan, it could be making a loan payment, whatever it is. Like, the concept of swapping one asset for another can encompass almost all of finance. And the idea is that the liquidity for that would come from public pools. And it might not just be one pool, it could be 5 or 6 different pools provided by different people. So if you have an asset, you're Apple and you have a whole bunch of US dollars in Ireland because that's just where they wound up. There are people who need US dollars in Ireland and might be willing to buy those US dollars. You might prefer to have, euros somewhere or whatever. This idea of those public pools that anyone can contribute a draw off of and access on a fair and equal basis. And then I think the other component is XRP as sort of the liquidity of quote unquote last resort. But I think like in the tokenized world, the long tail is enormous. And so, yes, there's going to be lots of USD to euro trades, and whether or not a digital asset can be competitive in that space, there are circumstances under which it can, but they're limited. But if it's that long tail, people across like a truly global economy, there's going to be a lot of transactions that there aren't those deep pools of liquidity for. And so that vision is like, if you want to make some asset liquid, you make it liquid to XRP, and then it's liquid to everything else liquid to XRP. And I think that's sort of the vision. It's still based around payments. It's why, like, I've never been, whenever someone says, let's add this feature to the XRP ledger to be competitive for the latest thing, like it happened with NFTs, it's happened with DeFi, I try to hold the line at saying, okay, but we don't want to make it worse for like the use case that we don't want to degrade that end vision. And the only thing is, though, there's a lot of evidence. I have to say, like, being fair and objective here, there's a lot of evidence that being the best at payments, like, doesn't seem to, like, matter that much. Like, are people really using the XRP ledger that way, even though I think it's best for it? So the trick is going to be to figure out what are the obstacles to getting the world to adopt it for that purpose, and knocking those down. And I don't know what they are. So I'm still just a dreamer, I guess.
There is a
X poll, if you notice on Mr. Poll's banner, it says the IMF, then it also says X poll. He just said it could be the liquidity of the last resort. Isn't the IMF? Let me look this up. IMF lender of last resort. The IMF is the lender of last resort. All those conspiracy theories about the IMF and XRP, Christine Lagarde. There we go. We're not so crazy anymore. XDC, congratulations. We are XDC. We're doing incredible. My saying is XDC brings ecstasy. Zinfin to infinity. We're at 8 cents. We were just at what, 4 cents the other day? So we got a chance to get some more gains, pack up our bags, because it's getting sent to the sun. It's interesting. It's around the same time as QNT. There lots of documents. You'll see Zinfin and QNT featured. So seems like Zinfin and QNT are gearing things up, ready to go. I mean, OVN's going live soon. One of the big important topics of today is the repo. So reverse repo explodes to stunning 756 billion overnight, a level never seen before. My good friend Alter Ego, and this is also the Mr. Pool post. Mr. Pool recently posted this. And so many people, everybody, I guess it's like the cool thing. It's a cool thing to call things fake. It's a cool thing to call things a LARP. It's a lot cooler to just look at something and call things fake than to pay attention and study and wait till everyone else proves that something's, wait till someone else proves that it's real, then jump on that wagon. So first, everyone was calling this a fake page. It's been verified so much, so many markers. How much more do this poll count has to prove? So this poll has proven itself over and over again, and I'm leaning towards artificial general intelligence. But anyways, we'll save that for another conversation. So what's significant about the repo market? So in September, the exact opposite thing happened. A big bailout had to happen in the repo markets in September, right before the whole CV, I'm not going to say it, the whole shutdown of the world. It was never about the germ. It was always about the economics. September, there was a huge repo event. You guys could read. I don't know too much about financial stuff. I was just talking with Alter Vigo, and he was telling me all about this and how he knew something big was coming last year. Overnight, same thing. In September 2019, this big repo event happened. Now the exact opposite in the other direction is happening. So when we keep doing all the stimulus on the economy, the more drastic fixes we have to do. And that's why libertarians should tell people we should not really interfere with the economy, just let it run its natural courses. So who else has a famous saying of overnight? Alter of ego. I mean, Mr. Pool, overnight. Repo explodes overnight. That's the signal for the elite to know when to get in and out of the, like when something big is coming. I was going to play this video. It kind of goes into the whole SEC thing, how they're basically going into limbo, how they're, but we already know about that. We already know it's all a sham, and XRP will get the clarity before any other crypto, which will cause a tidal wave of liquidity to flow, and there's going to be an entire marketing rollout campaign that happens, and Elon Musk will probably go back on SNL to shill XRP to the people once it's already at like $100 a coin, and we're stupid freaking wealthy. So that's all that's going to come after this whole delay tactic. Well, this is all speculation, keep in mind. But we've been pretty spot on all year with everything we've been talking about. If you want to join my Telegram, it's completely free. We decode, we look up all this cool Mr. Pool stuff. Here's some new Mr. Pool tonight. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think it means? But yeah, we would love for you to join and become a member. See if there's anything important to show. That's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this XRP update. Everybody have a great night, and see you guys again soon. Peace.